Hello everyone, myself Shubham Baranwal. Welcome to the ROS tutorials. Today we will learn about RQT console and ROS launch command line tools. I'll tell you about the necessity and uses of these two important tools. So the first thing is, what is RQT console tool and why do we need it? If I say it in simple words, then it is a graphical tool which allows us to see, inspect and configure the logging subsystem of all the nodes. Let's run a RQT console, but first we need to start a ROS core as it is the master node. Okay, now in the new terminal type rosrun space RQT underscore console space RQT underscore console. Now let's run a node. So we can use our turtle sim node for the example. Open the terminal and let's little bit arrange the window. Okay, now we'll start our turtle sim node. So we see that as soon as we ran the node, it displayed the message. We can see more messages. Let's try to move our turtle bot and then we'll see few more messages. I'll use another node called turtle teleop key node to make our bot move. Now I'll try to move this turtle bot near the wall. So as soon as it hits the wall, we see that we are again getting the messages. Okay, let's explore things in the RQT console. In the table, we have several columns that give information about the message itself, its severity, the node that generated the message, the timestamp, the topic, and the location of the logging macro in the source code of the node. We can also click on the pause button to stop receiving new messages and click on it again to resume monitoring. We can look into each message and see it more clearly by simply clicking on it. So we see that it displays all the same thing. Now there is a great feature in the RQT console, that is to filter the messages according to the user. Suppose we want to see only info messages, so we can select all type of messages except info. We see that only info messages are displaying. Also we can filter the message by its content, node name, location or topic name. Now we can remove all the messages captured by RQT console by clicking on this broom like icon. It clears all the message. If we click on the setup, we see that a new window has opened up. We see that there is ROS out topic, the number of messages that the GUI keeps in its history before rolling over, and then we can set the logger severity level for each named logger. For the turtle sim node, we have the ROS, ROS dot, ROS CPP and other loggers. Here we can set the logger level priority. We can select turtle sim node, the logger and click on the logger to set the priority and then click OK. We see that default logger level is info. That is why we saw that the turtle sim published info message when it started. Let's close all the terminals for now. We'll study about now the ROS launch tool and about the launch file. From the word itself, it is very clear that roslaunch launches the launch file. More technically, if we say, then it start nodes as defined in a launch file. First, we'll go to our Catkin workspace folder and source the environment setup file. I have already created an example for the launch file and I have put it in the launch folder. Though it is not necessary to keep it in the launch folder, but presentation wise it looks more readable to any other user. So I'll open up this file. You see that the extension of this file should be of launch. Okay, I'll go through line by line. First, we start the launch file with the launch tag so that the file is identified as the launch file. Here we start two groups with a namespace tag of TurtleSim1 and TurtleSim2 with a TurtleSim node with the name of sim. This allows us to start two simulators without having name conflicts. Then we start the mimic node with the topics input and output renamed to TurtleSim1 and TurtleSim2 respectively. This renaming will cause the TurtleSim2 to mimic TurtleSim1. And this closes the XML tag for the launch file. Now let's the launch file. You see two TurtleSim window now. So let's publish command to TurtleSim1. This we have already used in our previous tutorial, and what this will do is make the turtlebot move in a circle direction recursively. So after pressing enter, we see that the two turtle sims start moving. Now we can understand this more clearly using RQT graph. We see that the ROS topic node and TurtleSim1 node are interacting, and this TurtleSim1 node is interacting with the mimic node, and further this mimic node is communicating with TurtleSim2 node. So this is the flow of how all the nodes are communicating with each other, and this is what we wrote in a launch file code. So that's all for today. Hope you learned about the RQT console and roslaunch command. Thank you and have a nice day.